All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to start two-point perspective, two-point linear perspective. And this was, remember, the houses that we drew in our 1 point. This end of the house or the building was closest to us, so the first thing that we drew was the square over here, rectangle. If it was taller than us, the building just went halfway up the horizon. With two-point perspective, what we're doing is we're turning our world 45 degrees. And so now we're going to have a house that looks like this. So the corner is going to be what is closest to us. If you think about it, so we had that 1 point perspective. This is your house, and there was a vanishing point back there. All of these lines went to. So what we're doing is we're going to turn this 45 degrees, and so this vanishing point is going to go over here, and it's going to be on this side of the page. Okay, so these lines were horizontal, and so when we're turning this 45 degrees, okay, they're going over, it's going to this vanishing point. These lines are not going to be horizontal anymore. They're actually going to go to a new vanishing point that is going to be over here on this side, even with the one on the left. I'm going to stop here just a second. So here we have two vanishing points. This is our left vanishing point, and this is our right vanishing point. If we have a horizon, it'll go across right on. The vanishing points are on the horizon, back to the left and the right. Okay, so in the 1 point perspective, we drew a square, the side of the building that was closest to us. Well, with this house, the thing that's closest to us is this corner, and the best way to show a corner is just a simple line that's going vertical. And so we're just going to go here and just draw a vertical line. After our 1 point, we drew the square, and the next thing we did was we drew lines back to the vanishing point. And so this time we're going to draw from the top and the bottom back to the right vanishing point. And oops. And this one to the right vanishing point. And this one to the left. Okay. And then after we drew, it's going to bug me, excuse me. All right, after we drew the lines going back to the vanishing point, we chopped off the back of it. Where this line was vertical here, we went back and we made a line that was vertical. This was horizontal, and so when we went back here, we made a horizontal line. So we're just kind of repeating what was up here, the back. So up here, I've got a vertical line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this vertical line over here. These can be the same distance from the middle, in which case you'd have kind of a squarish building. If they're not the same, then you've got kind of more of a rectangular building. Okay, so after we cut those off, and remember that you're going to use an eraser a lot on this. Now, you're looking at this and thinking, something's wrong with it. It's like, yeah, we don't have a roof on our box. And so remember that these lines were parallel with the back here, or they were parallel with this. And then if you think about it, this is parallel with this. So things that are opposite of the box are going in the same direction. So back here on this left corner, we're going to go toward the right vanishing point. And this backside, this is going to the left. And so back here, we'll go to the left. All right. So there we have a box. And I'm going to cut off the back end of it. Okay. When we were making a roof, on a gabled roof on our 1-point perspective, the first thing we did was whichever side we want that triangle or the gable to be on, we put an X on that side, whichever one. And so let's just say this here. I found that finds the middle of this square. And then I drew a line up, and then I drew down to the top of the X. And so I am going, doesn't matter which side I put it on. I'm going to put it on this one. I'm going to make an X and make it kind of light because you're going to erase part of it, or erase all of it here in a minute. And so now this line is going to be vertical. And when you get this position, you either want to be below the horizon or above the horizon. It doesn't matter which one, whether you're, like this is shorter, this is taller. You just don't want it on there because it looks funny. It's the main reason. And then from there down to the top of the X was, and there. And then from that corner, we're going to go over the top of the building. The building is over here, so that means that the roof line is going to go to the left vanishing point. All right, so then remember there's two ways to do this. First way is the easy way, and that is just simply to get this line. Actually, there's more than two ways, but I'm going to show you two ways. First way is just to kind of get this angle here, and we're just going to kind of slide it back and go chop, chop. Okay, and that's fine. As long as it looks right, I'm happy. And that's the main thing is you just gotta, people gotta think it looks right. The second way, a couple more steps, a little bit more accurate, and that is simply this. Okay, if you remember, we put the X on this end here, and that was the middle of this side. So when this line went vertical through the middle of the X up, where it crosses that line, that point right there is the middle of this line. This way, from here to here, that's the middle. And then if I were to go from that point back toward left vanishing point, that cuts the roof in half. And then from this point back here where it crosses that back line, that is going to go vertically up. And where it hits the roof line, I'm going to take that down to that corner. Okay, so there, and now I can erase all those extra lines. I can erase the horizon while it's inside the house, so to speak. And our house. Now we're going to put a door and a window on here. Remember the top and the bottom of a door or window, you look at the wall that it's on, and where that wall goes, it goes. So if I put a door here, okay, so the top of this wall and the bottom of this wall are going to the left vanishing point. So that tells me that the top of this door is going to go to that vanishing point, the left one. Okay, boom. And if I put a window over on this side, top and the bottom of this wall will go into the right vanishing point. And so the top and the bottom of this window are going to go to the right vanishing point as well. The sides of the wall are vertical, so the sides of my window are going to be vertical. All right. I could have more windows here. They're going to go, this wall is still going to this vanishing point, so the windows will still go to this vanishing point. I'm going to draw a sidewalk coming out from my front door. Out. The cracks in the sidewalk are going to go to the left vanishing point. So notice in this drawing that there are no more horizontal lines. Okay. If I want a road can either go to this one or I can go to this one. So the left or the right, it doesn't matter which, or actually it can go to both on the same road. So if I can make one to the left, and that's a skinny road. That's a real skinny road. Bad road. All right, so I'm gonna make this road here. And then I could also have roads coming from this right vanishing point. If I had more room down here, I could actually have an intersection. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put an intersection back here. And then okay, got a couple of things here to show you. We saw the intersection going back. It's fireplace. If you think about a fireplace, the top of the fireplace is just like a simple box. The top of it on this side is going to go to this vanishing point. Think of it almost like a little small skyscraper or something back there, which we'll talk about more in a minute. And then this side is going to this vanishing point. When you get to the bottom of the fireplace, this wall, the top of the wall is going to this one, so the bottom of the wall will go to here. The top of this is going to this vantage point, and so the bottom of this, I think it should be going to this vanishing point back here, like that. Okay. But this roof that it is on is not flat. It's at an angle. And so what you want to do is you want to keep that same angle, and that is going to be like so. And you could, if I'm going to have a driveway here, I'm going to treat it just like a road, a dead end. And so the sides are going to go to this vanishing point here, and the back end of it, I'm just cutting off by going to this one. Anything that is going away from you, it's either going to go to this vanishing point or this vanishing point. The lines that are vertical are things that are coming up out of the ground, so to speak. Like, so your fireplace is going up, the corners of your house are going up, the mailbox post is going up. And so we've got the bottom of that just like a little building. So like that right there. We've got 3 lines, 1, 2, 3, and this side is going to this vanishing point there. And then this side is going to the left. And so we've got this side over here on the left. Put a box on top of it. Now I have seen square mailboxes before. If I wanted it to be the traditional kind of rounded top, what I might do is go in and just kind of curve this. And then I'm going to, from this furthest left here, or whatever it is going to be, this little line here. And then I just want to repeat this same curve at the back. So we're kind of shaving off any corners. And then I'm going to put a little flag. Flag is up. Outgoing mail. Okay. All right. That's that now.